Is Naslund, and today we'll be doing Unit 2, Lesson 6, using place value to multiply. Our learning target is I can use place value and expanded notation to multiply. So let's first start by taking a look at this example. It says you can use an area model to demonstrate the place value sections method. This strategy is used below for multiplying a one-digit number by a two-digit number. So in this example problem, you'll notice that they're doing 5 times 27. So the first thing they did is in the first box here, they broke it apart by its tens. So instead of saying 5 times 27, they're saying 5 times 20. So they took the place value and they just added a zero behind it. So 5 times 20, which is a lot easier to do in your head, especially if you think of your zero trick. So I'm going to think 5 times 2 is 10, and then I'm going to add a zero on. So I get 100 in the first box. I still have that 7. So in the second box, I'm going to say, what is 5 times 7, which is 35. So now I take those two numbers and I go ahead and I add them together. So we're going to write 100 plus 35, which is 135. So as you can see, I was very quickly able to solve that problem using the place value and expanded notation to solve the problem. Let's read this sample problem and see if we can figure this one out. It says, the fourth grade class is participating in a walkathon. Each student will walk 8 laps around the track. There are 92 fourth grade students. How many laps will the fourth grade class walk? So you'll see, again, they broke it up into two boxes here. And our original problem here is 8 times 92. So first, I'm going to break up my problem and write out what I need to solve. So my first thing I need to solve is 90 times 8. And again, the nice thing about this is using that zero trick, I just have to think to myself, okay, what is 9 times 8? Well, 9 times 8 is 72, and I have 1 0, so I'm going to add that onto the end, so I get 720. And then I go ahead and go over here, and I have to figure out now my ones place. So I'm going to say 8 times 2. So 8 times 2 is 16. And then I take and I add those two values together. So I'm going to add 720 plus 16, which is a nice simple addition problem. So we get 6, 3, and 7. So the answer is, how many laps will the fourth grade class walk? They'll walk 736 laps. All right, now in this one, we get to draw it ourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my boxes out to start. And then let's read the problem. So it says, a football coach is ordering 3 shirts for each football player. There are 54 players in the football program. How many shirts does the coach need to order for the entire program? All right, again, using my area model, I know that I have 3 shirts for each football player, and I know that there's a total of 54 football players. So I'm going to put that up here. And then the first thing I want to do is break it out by my tens. So how many tens do I have in 54? I have 5, or 50. And so my multiplication problem here is going to be 50 times 3. And 50 times 3, I know that 5 times 3 is 15, and I add my 0, so I'm going to get 150 in my first box. And then I look at my ones, and I still have a 4. So I'm going to say plus 4. And you'll see it that they like to write the 3 back down over here. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can. So I'm going to do 3 times 4, which is 12. 3 times 4 equals 12. I'm almost done. My last step is to add those two numbers together. So I'm going to add 150 plus 12. Add those two together. And I'm going to get 162. 162 shirts for the entire program. So that's how you can use the area model to solve one-digit by two-digit multiplication problems.